tuning into the Spicy Booknook, where we discuss all of our favorite and not so favorite dark and dirty book series. We're your hosts, Aj.
And Tay. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Today we will be reviewing Priest by Sierra Simone. Please be aware that there will be spoilers and explicit content for mature audiences only. This book contains mentions of systemic sexual abuse and a sister's death by suicide.
All right, friend, what did you rate this one?
Like a 2.8 out of 5.
I would say, I would say about probably a 3.5 for me.
Okay.
Because I don't think the writing was bad. I think my problem was the character. And it was just something that I personally wasn't into. But I think the writing was really good. And the smut was fantastic.
Yeah, maybe I am being too harsh. Maybe a 3.2. I don't know. I didn't like either one of the characters at all.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, I'm like, the writing was good. I just think the characters just weren't for me.
Yeah. I will say if it was based off of smut alone, I'd rate it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
But
because the smut was up there. Smut was smutting.
It was smutting. It was good. I really enjoyed it. But the story wasn't bad. I don't know. I just didn't connect with the characters, I think, in this book.
Yeah. So a short synopsis. Pretty much we have Father Bell, and then we have our other character, Poppy. And Poppy comes in to do a confessional with Father Bell. And from the moment he hears her voice, he pretty much is
rock hard.
I wouldn't.
He's horny.
Yeah, he is once he hears her voice, that did it for him. And so pretty much from then on, they do see each other outside of the church. And from then on, it's pretty much Father Bell. Either he is left with the choice to choose Poppy or his faith, because Poppy got this man thinking dirty thoughts that he hasn't thought in years. And he ready to risk it all for her. And it just, from there, it's really him just battling, does he want to be this man of God, or does he want to give in to temptation?
I think that was my biggest problem, is because how did you become a priest and you're this horny all the time? It doesn't make sense to me, because as a priest, most of the time it feels like they're asexual, where they don't, need sexual contact at all, and it doesn't faze them to hear about it or talk about it. And I don't know anything about being Catholic at all, so I won't pretend, but I feel like once you're a priest, you kind of forget sex even exists. So the fact that he was literally rock hard the moment she started talking, and he was super turned on, I was like, wait a second. How many other women are you doing this for when they're talking about their sexual escapades and trying to, repent? I didn't like that. I felt like it just didn't make sense why he was a priest in the first place, because of his sexual desires.
Yeah. I mean, in the book, it seemed like he was a wild man before.
Yeah.
Because, he made comments about how he was in college and stuff. And then, I don't know, I guess maybe he just decided to turn his life over to God, but maybe he didn't think he would be challenged like that. And he thought he would be able to do it. But once he heard Poppy, that just all went out the window.
Yeah. And Poppy, I didn't really care for her, because it was I'm rich, but I choose to be a stripper because, it's just the life I want to live. And it's just girl, you ain't even got to do all of that. Nothing wrong with being a stripper. Cool. If you like dancing or entertaining people, cool. If that's what you like to do. But it didn't make any sense to me why she chose that path.
I think, she didn't want somebody to choose her path in life.
Yeah.
And so she was instead of just having my parents pick my life out for me, pick where I'm supposed to go to school, pick who I'm supposed to marry, pick who's going to be my career, I'm going to just go against the grain a little and I'm gonna choose my own path. And clearly she was making good money as a stripper because she worked at one of those clubs that only like the rich elite men could go to. So there's like, you know, like everybody there has money.
Yeah.
So
So she was making good money, but I'm like, girl, if you don't just take your parents' money,
yeah.
I don't know.
But then that means control.
I
It's
mean,
like if you take their money, then you do have to abide by their rules. You got to do what they want you to do. And when you really think of it in the grand scheme of things, like you don't want to live your life for what another person wants you to do. You want to live your life and be free, and do what you want. You don't want to have somebody hanging that over you because they're footing the bill.
yeah. I
Because
just
once they start footing the bill, then it's like, okay, then we need you to marry this person, and you're gonna have to do this career, and it's like, then at the end of the day, you just gonna be fucking miserable.
yeah, I mean, I agree. I just feel like going to a strip club kind of is most men, especially high elite men who go to a strip club, are paying you to do what they want you to do and not what you want to do, unless that's what you want to do. So if that's what Poppy wanted to do, cool for her. But me personally, I feel like they're just as pressuring in a strip club as they are your parents. Sometimes more, depending on where you are, just from like my knowledge of it. And so, like, I,
But
I,
she did say that while dancing, like she felt powerful and she felt like it gave her power
yeah, so
because
to
it's
each his
like,
own on that one. I feel like if
which
that's what she feels, then I mean, cool for her because she is doing what she wants outside of what her parents are trying to force her to do.
and which other strippers in real life have said that stripping makes them feel powerful, like they're the ones that have the cards in their hands, because it's really, the people are there to pay you, so you can make requests and stuff, but at the end of the day, they're like, you're there to see them. They're the ones that hold all the cards.
Yeah.
So I I didn't mind her wanting to be a stripper. I don't know, her character was just a
Bland.
little weird for me because, yeah, like, I don't know, I didn't feel the personality from her character. And then I'm just like a part of the book, she kind of did be like, okay, let me leave this man alone. But I feel like it was already too far gone. Like she should have just left him alone in the first place if she really was like, no, I care about your faith and I want you to, stay a man of God and everything. But I feel like when she did decide to step back,
It was
then
after he
it was
fucked her with
it
holy
was
oil in her
it,
booty. What do you mean?
yeah, it was already. I'm like, man, y'all already went
Y'all
to the
crossed
left.
every line.
Yeah.
Like, hold on
And
now.
then and like, you already done fucked this man in the church.
Twice
So I'm like on the altar and everything. Like, ma'am, this man is devouring you
on
in
the altar
on
in
the
front of
altar
God.
in the church. And so for her to really be like, damn, I don't want him to go out like this. Like, let me just, it's too late. It's too fucking late.
It was way too late. For me, I was just like, girl, if you don't just let this man be a man. And then I felt like the whole book, he was like, Poppy or God? Like, who am I
Yeah.
choosing? And I just
Yeah.
was like, okay, do you have to go to that extreme? Like, you can still, you know, have your faith and still be who you want. You may have to step down as priest, but
Yes. And
you
that's
can
where,
still choose both.
yeah, that's what I was like, like, you can still be a man of God. You obviously don't need to be a priest because you are having trouble with that and being able to not give into temptation. And as a priest, they're held to a different standard. So yeah, like, you probably aren't going to be able to be a priest anymore. But I'm like, that doesn't mean that you're just this godless man and you're trash. Like,
I feel like that was the message I was getting from him. And I think that's where I was just like, hold on, sir. Like, why do you have to go to the extremes? Because God will still be there. Like,
yeah,
if that's who you believe in, and like, regardless of the quote unquote sins that you're committing by being a priest and having sexual relations, I don't think God is going to shun you forever. Like, your, congregation
now
or
he might shun you for devouring her on the altar because that was crazy.
That was
And you know that was fucking crazy.
disrespecting the house of the Lord.
Be for real. I'm like, now you know y'all could have went somewhere else and did that.
It was the holy oil for me. I'm sorry. Once he was like, I have this oil, this anointing oil. For what?
Sir,
That is not lube.
not
Okay.
you anointing her butt. That's crazy.
Oh my
I
God.
Yeah, I literally, and then I don't know, it was cringe when she was telling him about her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
And like,
even when she was like, fuck me in the spots that they fucked me so that we rewrite those
yeah.
memories. It was giving cut me in the same cut that you cut me in
Yeah.
so that I can forget that cut and have a new memory. I was just
It
like,
was it was
that's not,
given Zayd. It was
it was
given
given
Zayd.
Zayd. And
It
I
was
was
given
like, I
Zayd.
don't like that. I did not like that.
I I don't know, like when she was first talking about like her ex-boyfriend and he immediately was like so jealous. I'm like, you don't even know this woman.
Right.
You
Like,
do not even know her.
not even that. She was supposed to be repenting. You're supposed to be
Yeah.
telling her how many penance she's supposed to be
And
doing, not getting hard and talking about I'm jealous of her
yeah.
ex-boyfriend.
And
Boy,
then he's like, "Did you fuck him?" Like, does that have it? That has nothing to do with you, sir.
nothing.
Like, if I did, I'm like, one, obviously she's fucked him a million times in the past if they were together for a very long time.
That
So
was her man.
yeah, so it's like, and then him, the ex-boyfriend, he was trash. What was his name?
Sterling, I think.
Sterling. He was trash.
Yeah.
Because
He was just a rich asshole.
I'm like, not you with her for all these years and then you just gonna go and marry another bitch. That's crazy.
That was foul. Like that was
That's
super foul.
crazy.
The fact that she found out by getting a wedding invitation was
Crazy.
crazy.
You have just no couth to you.
The way
Like,
I would have shot that wedding up, I'm not.
because the way, when I tell you nobody would have been getting married that day,
Nobody. It would have been a
because you
Octavia
got
Grant
me,
story.
period. You got me so fucked up. You got me so fucked up. So that, I felt terrible for her because I'm like, that is crazy to be with someone for years and then all of a sudden they just send you a wedding invitation to their wedding and you clearly you know it's not you. So, and then for him to still go to the club and like seek her out to be like, oh, well, I can't get this from her. And this is why I couldn't marry you because you just give slut, like in a good way. But boy, what?
Boy, if you don't shut the hell up and go fuck your wife, because
Thank
apparently,
you. He was
like,
cringe. He was cringe as fuck. I was like, sir, be
yeah,
for real.
he was. And then to try to blackmail um uh the priest into just telling that he's like fucking on Poppy, and like he was like, I got pictures, and he was just so grimy. I didn't like his character at all. I mean,
And
granted, he was the villain, so of course I didn't like him, but still, like,
but
bro,
you doing all this and you have a wife at home. Leave that girl alone.
right? Talking about
Clearly, she wasn't good enough to be your wife. So why are you going through the extreme lengths and doing all this? Just go home to your wife, sir.
period. Leave her ass alone.
So him, yeah, I was like, I'm not fucking with him.
What I did find funny about this book is there was a moment, like twice it happened, where the priest was told, be careful multiple times, like by other people. He's like, oh, we're sneaking around, we're being very discreet. And then somebody's like, hey, bro, we see you.
They're like, y'all
Chill
ain't that
out.
discreet. Y'all
Right.
really ain't that discreet.
And it was like side eye each time. They were like, hey, like, chill out, bro.
Just so you know, like, we peeping.
They
Y'all
were
don't
like,
think we peeping, but we peeping.
right. Like, we ain't told the bishop just yet, but
But
he gonna find out. If we
yeah,
know, he probably knows. And it was just like the way that
no,
they were like, we're being sneaky, but
yeah.
everybody seen them out in public together, or like they're doing super public things. I was just like, you guys kind of suck at this.
Yes. And it is funny because in their world, they're like, we're doing so good. We're hiding this. This has to be a secret. And it's like, you guys are not really making this much of a secret.
Not at all. Not at all.
Like, y'all probably should do a little bit better of a job.
I guess since we've been talking about it and actually talking it out, I would give it like a 3.2. I'll take back my
Yeah,
2.8.
like I think the writing was good. The smut was top tier. It
Yeah.
just I just feel like the characters weren't for me. And you know what? Maybe it's just like I can't picture a hot Catholic priest. Like he's just not giving fine to me.
At all.
Like what's her name from the Ethic and Butterfly series?
Nair,
It
Nair.
wasn't given Nair. And I think that's what stumbled me. Because I'm like, I can't picture this man being fine. And
Yeah,
so that's like really that's fucking it up for me.
I
it
agree. I
it
agree.
really is fucking it up for me. Like I'm picturing like a middle-aged balding white man.
Same.
and and it's really killing it for me.
It
Like
killed the whole vibe because I was like, I'm like, was there even fan art for this? Because I kind of need
um,
it because
I yeah, like literally when I say like middle-aged balding white man, that's what I'm picturing. So like the sex scenes and stuff are coming off cringe to me because that's literally like what's in my head for his character, and I can't get like I can't shake that.
yeah, I think it was more so that I also was bothered by it because I just he he didn't sound
I need him to be, I'm
fine.
always like, if I can't picture this man being my book boyfriend, then it's just like gonna be a no for me because, and I just couldn't picture this man being fine. Like,
I mean, even I just pulled up the fan art, and even then I'm just he's not giving to me. He's not it. I'm like, how are I just didn't understand the whole being a playboy and like I guess not a playboy, but being like very promiscuous. Is that what you say for men? I don't know. But he just wasn't giving what a priest should be anyways, so I don't even know how he became a priest. Like I know he had his past with like his
yeah,
sister and like his family that kind of stirred him towards that direction, but I just it wasn't making any sense for me.
yes, I'm gonna agree with you on that one. And I know his sister had a tragic death, and she was being molested by a priest, and it was just like all this sad stuff. But I just feel like, again, you can be a man of God, but you don't have to be a priest.
Yeah. I
Because clearly you still got some underlining desires there, buddy.
yeah.
Because no, no priest, not that I know of, it's gonna, fuck a woman on the altar in front of God. That's crazy.
I
I
just
was wilding.
I just it was wild.
They was
I
wilding.
do like the taboo-ness of it because they were,
Yeah,
like it is it was
they
good
was
story.
fucking.
They was fucking, they was doing all kind of taboo
They
shit.
was
But
they was fucking. So that's yeah. I'm like I would say like a 3.5 because the writing was good. The smut was excellent. I just think I just didn't resonate with the characters because I couldn't place them like so. I think that was it for me. But
I
if
like
you
the
guys are,
story.
yeah, I'm like if you guys are looking for a book that's a little, a little taboo there,
A lot of taboo.
and you are looking for something that has really great smut, this book does have like fantastic smut.
Yeah. I still would recommend
Yes.
this to
So
people.
yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It just the characters, I couldn't picture him, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe y'all could read it and picture a sexy priest. I just couldn't. So
Yeah, check it out.
yes, and thank you guys for listening.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.